It's Max and Anthony back again at the GamesRadar Plus Loot Crate booth here at Comic-Con 2015, and right now we are joined by Chris Hillseth, Gentle Giant, who's showing off. I want to get straight into it. Tell us the story behind this beautiful Comic-Con exclusive you brought over here. This fetching Boba Fett in a striking color palette that people might not be familiar with.
No, actually, not a lot of people know about this Fett, or at least the die-hard fans will know about it. So this is the 1978 concept prototype Boba Fett. It's not the McQuarrie one. It's the one that they did screenshots with. Right. So originally, if you look at the footage, you'll see that the armor wasn't quite the same one as you see actually on screen during the other movies. But you'll see the gun is like actually an Uzi that they kind of fabricated.
Kind of space it up a little bit.
Put a little thing on there.
Put some lights on there. It's good enough.
Paint it away. Make it futuristic.
It's not that. You're also telling us about one other little shortcut they added to him.
So during the Star Wars parade, where you actually first saw Boba Fett in the flesh, this little cape right here was a Star Wars towel. So we kind of wanted to go the screen test route where they actually painted over it, but on our box, we have a shot where you can actually see the outline of the Star Wars symbol just painted over in white spray paint.
Yeah, fantastic.
So, man, I wanna get to the heart, because you also have your giant Secret Wars Deadpool, modeled after the 1986. It's 86, right?
Yeah, it's roughly around 86. Those old 87.
And this is what you guys do. You do the big figure, and I'm a freaking nerd, man. I'm a geek, and I can sit there and say giant yak face is a thing that I need in my life.
Well, we got that.
I need giant yak face in my life, but I don't know who else needs giant yak face. In my head, I'm like, there's not a lot of people that need giant yak face. So why giant action figures, man?
Oh, believe you me, there are a lot of people that want that action figure.
Well, clearly, you guys. So you have a couple more of the Star Wars in the giant size. You have a Droids Boba Fett on the Droids card, and you've got a giant R2-D2.
They both come with those collector's coins, and they are selling like hotcakes.
So what is it, man? Why do people want these things?
Childhood nostalgia, man.
Is it just nostalgia?
I think childhood nostalgia definitely brings a lot of the older collectors back to Gentle Giant, or at least back to collecting, because they look at this like, man, it's almost like the same size as it was when I was a kid. I gotta get it. This is awesome.
They get that faraway look.
Yes, that 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah. So what is one thing that you guys have sat down and been like, let's do this one, let's do this figure, let's do this play set, and you started to try and knock it together, and it just kind of, it wasn't going to work. It wasn't going to work in the giant format. Has that ever happened?
Actually, no, that hasn't happened yet.
So basically, bigger's always better, just across the board, is what I'm hearing.
There are certain figures that do look better, bigger, but then especially with the Star Wars original Kenner figures, they weren't made all too well. The seam lines were really, really big, and the paint jobs on them were kind of scratchy at best.
But they're so articulated.
Yes.
So you can just get
so many points of motion.
There's this,
the
robot,
and then this one, you can do this one.
That loosens the joints. That kills the market value.
Sometimes there is an issue with them being bigger, that the look of them is almost worse, because you're seeing those giant build lines because they're that much bigger. We kind of had a problem with Bosk during the prototype phase because of all the mandibles and bumps on him.
Right.
Bosk is the bounty hunter that you see for all of 2 seconds in Empire Strikes Back.
He's just right here. He looks like a velociraptor in an astronaut suit.
With asthma.
Yeah.
He's got a real breathing
claws
problem.
And no boots on. So we saw that, we made it a jumbo, had it prototyped, and then we showed it to our customers and solicited it. Right. And then they're like, the head doesn't look all that great.
Yeah.
I mean, can you guys revisit it? And of course, it was a little bit less articulate than that and a lot more screaming.
Sure.
And so
Fix it!
Yeah, we did revisit it, and we did fix the sculpt on it, and it turned out great again.
And before we run out of time here, let's not neglect these Secret Wars micro figurines and these G.I. Joe micro figurines
so
are
we
going
went
along as well.
jumbo, and now we're going micro.
Of course.
So a lot of
only
the
extremes in your
only
company.
Extremes. I mean, they already did the middle ones.
Right.
So just like the jumbo ones, the hardcore collectors who've been collecting for, I don't know, 15, 20, 30 years,
right.
a lot of them are running out of space. And a lot of them are kind of pissed at us that we're making every single one, or at least going down the line and rehashing all the old figures. So they might not have the space for 10 or 15 of them. Like, I do have a collector who has gone wall to wall with our old Star Wars stuff, and then he's got an acrylic ceiling now.
Oh,
so he's got all of them on his ceiling.
He lives in the old repossessed MC Hammer house.
Basically.
Maybe. So if somebody wants to buy a jumbo and they just want that one special one, they can buy, you know, the jumbo from us. And then they can collect a whole bunch of these small ones just to keep on displaying.
Round out the collection.
Round them out.
Chris, what is the next Kenner line that you want to resurrect from, like, back in the day? It's got to be a Kenner thing. Let me just throw it out there. You don't like it, you throw it right back. Chuck Norris Karate Commandos.
Oh, my God. We got G.I. Joe going on right now. Have you guys seen that stuff? Chuck Norris, it would be doable.
It would fit right in. It would fit right in.
Kung Fu action grip, punching action with the little, yes.
For some reason, he has a tank that's just a snowmobile with a gun on the front. These are real toys that they made.
Does he need anything else, though?
No.
It's just for show anyways. We're just going to be punching.
Everybody, Chris Hillseth, thank you so much for coming by, man. You guys can see the Gentle Giant booth here at San Diego Comic-Con, or you can just go to your comic shop and stare lustily at their giant blue snaggletooth.
One
not
day,
just words.
One day.
That's a real name of their product, a giant blue snaggletooth. We're going to be sitting around here growing our own giant blue snaggle teeth here at San Diego Comic-Con.
I can feel it coming.
We'll see you later, everybody.